Hello everybody, I'm not sure if you guys saw the recent video from CBS regarding the condo market here in Miami and possible a crash on the condo market here in Miami. Let's review it together.
Well, there is growing concern tonight that South Florida's condo market could be headed for a crash.
A new report shows Miami is most at risk for a bubble burst, and the reason why might sound familiar.
Yeah, we're talking about new condo laws after the Surfside collapse and higher insurance rates. They're a big part of it. Throw in lower mortgage rates, and now there is a glut of condos for sale. CBS News Miami's Joe Gorcho talked to one family coping with this new reality.
And it was challenging and frustrating, and ultimately the deal ended up dying. There were just so many requirements by the mortgage company.
At the beginning of this year, Diana, who agreed to share her family's story but not her last name, tried to sell her grandfather's condo in Sunrise.
Were you surprised how challenging it was to sell the condo that your grandfather was living in?
Yeah, it came really unexpected that it was going to be such a lengthy process.
The family originally listed the two-bedroom Sunrise Lakes condo for $199,000.
We were under some pressure to sell, and we wanted it done, so we were like...
All right, so let's first of all say something about yes, there is this new law about the reserve. Mortgage rates still high, and many properties on the market. There are about more than 28,000 units, condo units on the market. Most of them in building, they are 30 years or older. Now, one of the first things you want to do when you price the property, you put the property on the market, you want to well price the property. You don't want to overprice. I don't know about this property. I know the area of Sunrise more or less, but I believe that they overpriced the property because I searched the area for in Sunrise a while ago for a client, and I believe that the 199 is a little bit overpriced. They ended up to sell for far less than that. So property price your area. If the market dictate $3 million and you're asking for $4 million, of course then you're gonna sell the property for much lower than that. Let's see what else they have to say.
Okay, we're gonna have to lower the price.
The reason it sold for so much less is because they lost multiple buyers along the way before I came on, and that condo, like many others in the area, had continuous increasing assessments, and it was very difficult for a buyer to obtain financing in that development.
The family ultimately settled for $50,000 less than...
So exactly, that's what happened, you see? You have to price the property right, put it on the market. Otherwise, the research say that when you overprice the property, you ended up selling for about 3% less than what you will do. You will sell it if you price the property right. Especially now in the case that we have now, they put assessment in this building, continuous assessment to maintain the building. So this is what happened. Let's see what else there to say.
The original listing price after nearly 6 months on the market.
The market was much slower because the inventory really increased in the area.
So you see $50,000 less on what they were asking. So they were asking $199,000, and they ended up selling for $50,000 less.
We checked Zillow and discovered nearly 500 condos currently for sale just in Sunrise. Our research didn't stop there. Peter Zalewski also studies the South Florida condo market and has for 3 decades. He looks at all condo listings in Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade. He says there's at least a 9-month supply of condos over 25 years old, with more than 16,000 available. And when they sell, Zalewski says it's for roughly $45,000 less than the original listing price.
You see, over $16,000 condo unit, 25 years old. So There's a lot of on the market right now.
Is that there's a lack of confidence and lack of urgency on behalf of the buyers.
The lack of confidence, he says, comes from condo costs, needing to meet state safety deadlines for inspecting structures. If safety issues are found, residents must foot the bill.
You have forecasted a condo cliff.
Two things I want to tell you guys. So lack of confidence, of course, with all these assessments, especially in the older building. And also lack of urgency. There is no urgency. If I see many properties on the market, many units on the market, I can check it out. I can choose between a large pool of property out there for sale.
Financially for 2025.
Yes.
What does that look like?
All these old buildings where people need to get out because they're on a fixed income and the cost to maintain it and make it and keep it viable and safe. There's nobody to take them out. There's no backstop. So this is a free fall, and this is where the cliff comes in.
Zalewski believes that cliff is going to come months after state laws kick in to start the new year.
We could have buildings that effectively are zombie buildings, which are just barely getting along.
He also believes the potential cliff could lead to less individual condo ownership and more developers buying in.
We're really turning into a rental type of population down here.
Can anything stop this from happening?
The only thing that can stop it most likely is going to be government involvement.
Now, I had a chance to look at the rental markets in the U.S. this morning. On Apartments.com, there was a report from last week that shows that Miami was the...
Now, eventually, the government will get in. You know, we are expecting more cut on the mortgage rates for next year, 2025, maybe, you know, even before that. Let's say, I really believe, and I put this out there with you, out there. I don't believe this. We're gonna experience a crash in the real estate market. Yes, of course, an adjustment on the price. This is cyclical. You know, real estate is always up and down, and there are cycle on the real estate market. I really don't see a big crash out there. Of course, we have to see, you know, how the next months will perform. Let's see.
18th most expensive city when looking at the median price range of a two-bedroom apartment. Hialeah, 22nd on that list among the 100 largest U.S. cities in that report. Live in Miami, Joe Corcho, CBS News Miami.
Really tough situation for a lot of people out there. Joe, thank you for that live report.
So you see that this is CBS report. Basically, there's a lot of negativity out there. Now, I always been positive. You know, again, I explain why, you know, I don't see a big crash on the market. Yes, and possible adjustment on the price. Seller have to understand that it's no longer like 2-3 years ago when we experienced the boom after the COVID happened. And if somebody is serious about selling the property, they really have to lower the price and come with a term with the buyers. Buyers now they have leverage. They can see a lot of offer out there. When you have a lot of offer, again, lack of urgency, kind of lack of motivation. I see a lot of out there for sale, and I just choose and pick, you know, the unit time interest and what I wanna offer for this property. Again, the main thing is price the property right. Seller can still sell the property for a gain, because, you know, from the time that 2-3 years ago after COVID, we experienced a really an increase on the market. So even if, you know, we now adjust the price, the seller can still sell a profit, and the buyer will be happy to buy. This is my 2 cents on this video. What do you think? Give me your opinion. Sign on the comment, and I'll see you for the next one. Thank you.
Teo Palmieri, passion that changed real estate.